Where'd my chat box go? Hey guys, just give me a sec. I'm trying to find the there's the supposed to be like a chat, the stream chat. Oh, pull it up the old-fashioned way. How you guys doing today? Hope everybody's doing good out there. Just give me a sec. I'm trying to find the there's the sorry, give me a sec. It's supposed to be like a chat. Sure, the stream chat. Oh, pull it up the old-fashioned way. How you guys doing today? Helped if I turn my headset on. Hope everybody's doing good out there. Just give me a sec. I'm trying to find the there's the sorry, give me a sec. It's supposed to be like a chat. How about now, guys? The stream chat. Okay. Yeah, I hear it. Oh, pull it up the old-fashioned way. Pop up the chat. There we go. How you guys doing? Helped if I turn my headset on. All right, cool. All right, everybody. So, yeah, happy Thursday. And, yeah, just wanted to do some PulseChain stats, do a little update, see what's going on. And then, yeah, then we'll chill and maybe play some games, hang out. I don't have an appointment till 1 o'clock with a validator, so as usual, I guess we'll start at validatorstore.com. So this is my humble shop. So if you want to become a PulseChain validator, which I think now is looking like a good time. Let's check the price real quick. All right, 4 zeros and a 6. So we're at 60% of the sack price. So if you still want a 40% discount from the people who sacrificed, you can come here. If you live in the United States, I've got the hardware. I got hardware kits available. So you just scroll down here. And you can, these are links, by the way, in case people didn't know. Anything that's underlined is a link that you can click on. So like if you go to click on like PulseChain, brings you to pulsechain.com. And then if you click on recommended hardware specs, it brings us to the actual official PulseChain GitLab here. And it says like, these are the hardware requirements to be a PulseChain validator, like specifically. So that's kind of what we surpassed here. We kind of beat that stuff. And then, yep, as you guys know, you get the Intel NUC and portable monitor. And I pre-install the RAM and the hard drive. I put those in there. I test them. I make sure it works. And then I make a USB stick with Linux. I make sure it's like bootable. But I don't install the operating system on the hard drive because I want you to do that, right? So that's, it's not been like tampered with basically. And it's good for you to do it too, in case I'm never around. It's a good skill to have to learn how to install the operating system on a computer. Everybody should know how to do that. Hey, Kaisa. Hey, Nardo. What's up, guys? Good to see you, dudes. Yeah, man. Happy Friday Eve. Yeah, you too, Nardo. That's right. Tomorrow's Friday. Yeah, so that's the hardware kit. Anywhere in the United States I can ship to. $2,000 make you holler. And a bunch of testimonials from all the good folks out there. And you just go to the bottom, just fill out your name and info, and then it'll send an alert to the system, and then send you an email and generate a quote, and then get you hooked up. All right. So, yeah. And then there's everything else at the top. We'll just kind of breeze through this today. I didn't really want to go through that. But yeah, validatorstore.com if you want to be a validator. So I get it while it's cheap. Not financial advice, but money. It's better to get a money printer now than waiting for, when Pulse drops a 0 and then where it's 3 zeros and a 1. Then it's, that's more expensive to be a validator, and then I'm sure it'll get more popular and people will be wanting computers then. But, it's like, now's the time. You want to do it while it's cheap. That's not to say we won't get another dip too. And so something to keep an eye on. Yeah, so let's actually go to the validators. Let's check out the daily stats. Hey, Finn Bear, what's up, dude? How's it going, man? How many validators we got today? We got 48,746 validators all over the world. Looking good. Hey, promise some sniping at the end of this. Yeah, Finn Bear. Yes, totally. For sure. Yeah. So This is good. Steadily marching up. We're on our way to 50K. We'll have 50,000 validators soon. And, you know, even with this 48K, the estimated APR is at 14.88%. So this number goes down as the number of validators goes up. So once we hit that 50K, yeah, this will be, you know, 14.5 or lower. Yeah. 2,000 validators in less than a week. 50K is insane. Yeah. Yep. It sure is. Yeah. Because we started at 4,000 back in May, and yeah, we're almost at 50. Yep. And then 1 year from now, you know, I don't even know. I don't even know what to estimate. I mean, it depends on the price, I guess. It could be 100,000 validators in like 1 year from now. You know, because if we got 50,000 and it's been, let's just round up and call it 6 months. We've only been doing this for 6 months, roughly. Yeah, May, June, July, August, September, October. Yeah, so about 6 months. We're entering the 7th. So, yeah. Yeah, what's up, DJ Nexkin? Yeah, man. So we're on the way to 50K pretty quick here, and then it'll be beyond. Total amount of Pulse that's staked right now is 1.5 trillion in total, and at the current value, we're looking at $94 million. So very nice. That's a lot of Pulse staked. Kaiser asks, is PulseChain is the third most decentralized blockchain, right? Yeah. I mean, might even be more so than others. Yeah. Because it's hard to tell, right? Because one validator, like one person, like a human, like me, I can have one computer, like that Intel NUC, like the hardware kit. Well, that kit can run 1,000 validators. Like these are how many stakes. These are really, it should say like active stakes, like validator stakes. That's really what they are. These are batches of 32 million pulse. It's not necessarily computers. So the computers part is like the green dots. That's kind of how we would have to measure the decentralization, is like how many of these green dots are all over the world. Like these are like real IP addresses with real servers that are running the Pulse chain. Like how many of those exist out there in the world? There is a way to do it, like using if you have a validator node, there's like a command you can run on it to see the other ones, and like you can like make a list of who's hosting. So you'd have to measure like how many servers are there. And then one thing for decentralization is you can have a pulse chain node. Like you can make a node, but you don't have to stake any pulse in it. Like you're not actually a validator, but you're a node, and a node just runs the blockchain, and it does talk to all the other nodes, like these green ones. You're helping to keep the blockchain alive and up and running, but you're not actually staking any pulse, and you're not mining new blocks. You're just like verifying them and keeping a copy of the ledger, which is good, because then other validators, guys who have stakes or don't, other node operators, it's like BitTorrent. This is like a peer-to-peer network, so we all download from each other. So if you just run, even just like if you got an old junker computer at your house, you can run a node. You don't have to stake or be a validator, but you can help keep the Pulse chain alive and like keep it truly decentralized and like geographically diverse. So I don't know how to measure like third or first. Like we'd have to compare how many servers and what locations of the earth are they in. But I'd say definitely Pulse chain is just as good as Ethereum, if not the wrong. Like, Newbie OG says your globe is rotating in the wrong direction. Yeah, it is actually. If we were the view of the sun, wouldn't it? Yeah, the sun goes this way. Yep, true. So yeah, I don't know how many Ethereum nodes are out there versus Pulse chain nodes. That's a good question. But I mean, we're all over the world now. I mean, I know validators in every continent except for Antarctica, literally. So I'd say we're great. You know, nobody's gonna shut it down or turn it off. Like it's even in a, it'd have to be a massive natural disaster. You'd have to turn off the whole internet or turn off the entire world power grid, like a solar flare. Like that's pretty much what it's gonna take to take down PulseChain. Be nuclear war or a solar flare. That's about it. So otherwise, we're looking great. It's not gonna stop. Hey Hexbor, what's up, dude? Hexbor asks, what do you think is the minimum number of validator instances make it worthwhile? Like how many stakes? Uh, it depends. It depends. Because we can do the math. Like really like 30. Like pretty much you want 30. Like that is like good. Like that's profitable. That'll pay for the computer in like a couple months. Like you'll get $2,000 like worth it if you sold the Pulse every day and the price didn't change and the price stayed exactly where it is today. If you had 30 stakes, that would be really good. Like that's a healthy number. Like definitely. I think yeah, 30 plus is like totally worth it if you're interested in more Pulse. Like yeah. Even less than. I mean, if you're computer savvy and you can get the computer parts for near free, and if you can like run it somewhere where you're not paying for the electricity or the internet, like if you can really like, you know, like sketch run a node, and there's, you know, maybe ways to do it out there. Like, you know, if you can get your cost to near zero, then it's like one stake will be fine. Like then you just anything, just get 32 million Pulse. So it really depends on what are you buying? You know, are you buying a fancy computer or are you just running this off some junker laptop that and you just slapped in an SSD and some RAM and you're hoping for the best? Like, it depends on your situation, but the more the better, definitely, you know, especially now while it's cheap. We'll go over the prices in a second. So yeah, let's take a look at the graffiti. Oh, guys, we did it. We did it. We've got 50%, 50% of all the graffiti. Shout out to you guys out there. So yeah, just a lot of people were like asking yesterday. K4K tweeted out like a congrats on this, and so it's yeah, this is not just me, right? This is me. This is all of my clients or everybody who's worked with me and gone through the website, and this is also people who have used my script on GitLab. You just go to gitlab.com/DavidFeeder. This is also linked from my site. Think of the PulseChain validators projects, and then the install validator. Everybody who's using this script, and if they don't change the graffiti on line, what is it? Line 53. Yeah, right here. That's the default graffiti. So everybody who's running this script default and didn't change the graffiti, they are included in this group. So that's why it says we have 50% of the stakes, and people are like, oh, that's not decentralized. Well, it's like, well, it's not. It is decentralized because it's not just me. It is that we don't even know who they are. It's anonymous. Like I have no idea how many like human validators are out there. I have no clue how many people are actually running the Pulse chain. Like I know just the people I know. I know some validators, but I don't know all of them, not by a long shot. And especially looking at the globe, like, you know, like there are a lot of countries and a lot of places I have not talked to anybody from. So they are just completely, they're doing it on their own. They are completely separate from me and I have no idea who they are. So that's, yeah, we're good. Yo, what's up, Freddie? My man. How's it going, dude? Long time no see, man. Hope you're good. Yeah, Finbear. Yeah, we were worried about it last year. Never go. Yep. Oh yeah, Nardo. Last year, Hurricane took down everything for me, bro. I was an MVP, so I can't be held down. Since then, I'm stacking silence. Nice. Yeah, man. Damned hurricanes, dude. Yeah, yeah, they're the worst. As a East Coaster, I know, man. Those hurricanes come like right through Florida and just wreck everything along there. It fucking sucks. Yep. Yeah, man. Good to see you too, Freddie. So we're rocking it out here, guys. Congratulations to everybody out here validating. We're slaying it. We're doing good, you know. And there's a lot of folks out here. A lot of folks doing it. These, you know, some of these folks I bet are just like, you know, a single person, right? Like just one, one validator, and then they've got their tag, and then those, they've got their stakes here. So that's a lot. So whoever, I forget who was asking chat Hexbore, you were asking like, what's the minimum number? Like some of these people, like, yeah, I mean, if you got like 120, like, or 150, yeah, it's like you're in the top 15, you're a legend. Like, yeah. So it doesn't, I mean, that's a lot of money and like it's a lot of pulse, but it's, you know, it's achievable. Like you could do it. It's not like impossible. It's not impossible. It's not like you want to be like a Bitcoin miner today. Be like, oh, I want to be a Bitcoin miner. Okay. Do you have like, I don't know, $100 million to like build a data center and then buy all the equipment and hire all the staff and like do all the bribes and all the fees and permits for your local, state, and federal government? Like, dude, like and then you're going to mine Bitcoin and burn electricity, right? So this right here completely kicks the crap out of that. We're dominating Bitcoin. Look at this APR, for almost 15%. Like you're not going to get that as a Bitcoin miner. And then what? You bought a $2,000 computer, and then you put in a couple grand worth of Pulse, and like you're killing it. Some of these folks are killing it out here. So like PulseChain mining is the best. Like it's the best. It's better than Ethereum too. Ethereum's getting like 3% rewards. Uh, we're getting like 5 times more. And you have to stake 32 ETH, which is like what, almost 64 grand or 60 grand, and you need the same $2,000 computer. So yeah, I mean, PulseChain is, I don't want to say like the poor man's Ethereum, but it's like, it's just more affordable. It's just cheaper. Like it's just so much easier to do. It's so much more accessible. Anybody who's into crypto and like quasi serious, and if you've got a couple grand to throw into this, like anybody can achieve this. Like it's doable, So that's what I'm trying to help do too. That's why I made the validator store, just so I can help people do this too. Like, cause even especially like non-computer people who can't do it themselves, like they don't know how, or they don't have the internet or the power infrastructure, or just whatever. Like that's what I'm trying to help, is like, like I don't want to just keep this to myself. It's like everybody can do this if you're into crypto, and if you believe in the Pulse chain, and if you're down with Richard Hart, like, yeah, man, like this is the future. Like this is gonna change lives, just like Hex did. Hex changed my life. Pulse chain is gonna change lives too, for sure. I know it. So that's why I do this. That's why I'm obsessed. Like ever since testnet v2b, when I was #1 validator on there, back when it was like proof of delegation and you had to like vote for people. Me and Kinetics and RG3, shout out to those two guys. They were helping me with a location on the West Coast that we had for like a data center. And we were able to get to #1 with everybody's votes, which was awesome. And then Richard, we pivoted from PulseChain V2B. That was like, because that was a fork of Binance Smart Chain, and we didn't want that. I think Richard and the devs found some bugs, and basically they're like, yeah, that's not so good. And then like the merge for Ethereum worked. Like it was last September. So it's been 15 months since the Ethereum merge. And then that happened. Ethereum went to proof of stake. And because I remember that, because I was mining with my video cards, right? I was doing Ethereum proof of work for years. I was mining Ethereum like the whole time. I used to use the Ethereum I mined with my video cards to like undo my hex stakes. So, and then, hey, Crypto Kobe, what's up, dude? Hey, Elon, how's it going, man? Yeah, so then it went to proof of stake, and then you had to get yourself a little nook, just like at the validator store. That's where I got the idea. I got the idea from the Ethereum guys, because Richard said, hey, we're going to copy Ethereum. They just went to proof of stake, so we are too. So we had to change everything. Like I had to start over from scratch. Like our old model didn't work. I had to completely redo the script here on the GitLab. It took me like, because I had, the V2, I had the V2B script for the Pulse chain, and we're #1, and people just voted for me, so nobody else had to run it. So I didn't like publish this. And then we switched to proof of stake like Ethereum, and then I had to write a script to change everything. And then I realized, oh my God, it's like, it's not just me that's going to do this now. It's everybody can do this. Anybody could be a validator at home. So I spent like 4 days making this, so where literally I made it in the perfect order. So you just copy and paste into the terminal. Like you don't have to think, you just do it. It's like a recipe. And because I needed it for me too, because I knew I would be like cranking these things out, because that was my plan. It's just, I'm just going to make these things like, we have to get them all over the world. Like I'm just going to build them. Like I don't care. Like I just have to produce them. So that's really why I made this, just to make it like simple for myself and then for everybody else. And so that way you just copy and paste. You don't have to think, you don't have to understand what it does really. Now you should, and you should learn what all this does, but it's not required. You just have to follow the instructions and copy and paste. And then you have a validator. Ta-da. Like that's it. So yeah, tried to make it as, I don't know how, for me, I don't know how to make it any easier for myself. So that's why this all exists. And then I wanted to share it with all you guys. Finn Bears. Was it also ETH going forward with the updates? Yep. Yep. And then everyone was all buttered. But the fact that I retroacted the change metagame because ETH changed scenario. Yeah. Yeah. I was sad for a second. Obviously, because I was, like we were number one. So I was like, yeah, I was like, but then once I realized what that meant, that we can all do it, then it's like, whoa, this is actually way better. This turned out way better for everybody, because now we're really decentralized. Now it's not just, you're not just relying on me and like you're voting for dudes. No. Now it's like we are everywhere. So it's perfect. This is perfect. And there's no pressure. And what's cool too is like, even if you are a validator and you go offline, like who cares? Like who cares? Let's go to the beacon. Beacon.pulsechain.com. And then I want to find an example of a validator who's missed, so we can see what the penalty are, because the penalty is like nothing. Like it's really not a big deal to go offline. All right, so this is just some random validator. No idea who it is. I just totally picked them at random. Really good effectiveness, 99%, perfect. That's what it should be. It should be like 99%, because you're gonna like, you'll miss one or two like naturally. Like the software's not perfect. There's lag on the internet. Like I'd never expect it to be 100% on any of these numbers. Like as long as it's in the green above 80, like you're good. Like because this stuff is like best effort. Like it's a miracle it works at all. It really is. So every like the validator history over here in the bottom right, every epoch, which is like 5.5 minutes, I think. 5.5 minutes. You're gaining about 26 pulse per stake. So over a whole day, it's about 10,000 pulse in a day on average, roughly. And now what's confusing is every 7 hours, you'll see a negative like 2,400. This is being sent to this validator's rewards wallet in their MetaMask. So this is like it's not really a negative, it's a reward. It's like a payout. It's like, it's kicking it out of the validator stake. Because what really happens is your validator is mining all the time, and it's got its balance right here. And the balance is 32 million. Now, right now it says there's also 209 pulse in here. So it's got a little extra. So what happens is this keeps filling up. Every 5 minutes, it gains 26 in here, and the balance, and 26, and more, and more, and more. And then every 7 hours, it spits out all the extra pulse over 32 million. It spits that out, and it just goes back to 32 million. And then it starts filling up again, and then it spits it out. So that's what you're seeing here. You're seeing it give you your rewards because they've built up over like 7 hours, and then it's your payout turn. So it's confusing, but that's really what's going on here. There should be another like symbol here over to the right that says like payout or reward or something in green that's like tells you it's a payout, it's a reward. So it's not a negative. And then because of that, because of the way this works, this income and this weekly and this monthly and this APR is bullshit. Like it's wrong. Like it just doesn't calculate, because these are rewards. It's spat out. So this is just not very helpful. This is very confusing. So what you do is, if you want to But the reason we're here, I'm trying to find somebody who was offline. I just want to see some like negatives. Basically, if you're offline, instead of gaining, instead of a plus 26, it does a minus 26, and then it deducts that from the balance, and it just slowly eats at it. So if you're offline for a couple hours, like who cares? Like you lost like a couple hundred pulse, a couple thousand pulse. It's pennies. It's like a nickel. So not a big deal. So like being offline, it's like whatever. And then your balance goes below 32. And then you come back and let's say you fix your validator computer and now your validator computer is mining. It's below 32. So now it's going to mine and then you got to catch back up. You got to catch back up to 32. And that'll take like however long you were offline. If you were offline for a day, it's going to take you one day to catch back up to 32. And then everything above that is your payouts again and your rewards. So you got to like you got to refill back up to 32 million pulse before you're going to get any payouts again. So that's why if you are offline for a day, and then some people fix their validator and then it's up and running again, and they're like, hey, why aren't I getting paid out? Like I'm back online. Well, it's like you got to make up for your lost time. Like you're in a deficit, you're in a negative. Like you got to come in here and you got to fill back up to 32 million, which is called the effective balance. You gotta fill your effective balance back up to the 32 million maximum. So that's how it works. So that's what's really going on behind the scenes. Now, if you click on this deposits tab here, so you can see this is the MetaMask address that this user made the stake from. So this is where they had their 32 million pulse when they started. And then this stake was made 168 days ago. So this is like an old validator. And then right here where it says withdrawal credentials, this is their rewards wallet. And you got to click on it. This copy button's broken. It gives you all that. That button's broken. So you got to click on the blue. Now this is this validator's rewards wallet. This is where all their pulse goes for their mining. So we're going to copy that. We go to scan.pulsechain.com. Then you paste it in. And this is their rewards. And then if we look at withdrawals, so you can see right here. So this is their validator's index. That's the validator number. Then the block that they got paid. How long ago was it? An hour. And they got paid 2,485 pulse. So this is literally this validator stake number right here is, got that one. And then they have another stake and another stake. These are all individual stakes. And you can see, they've got from 102.60, 50, 40, 30. So this guy's got a bunch of stakes. Yeah, I see bunch. See all the different validator numbers. Those are all the stakes. So if we go to the coin balance history tab, you can see here's his balance. So he's, been mining, probably made a stake on the October 24th, filled it back up for 2 days, had enough for 32, got over to 37, did a stake. Now it's filling back up for a few days, and it looks like this validator, this person it's like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Like every 4 to 5 days, looks like they're really getting a stake. This looks a big jump. They probably got a big reward for like a block they mined. So it looks like this particular person, whoever this user is, they're getting a new stake worth every 5 days. Now they probably have, to do that, you probably have like, I don't know, like 100 validators. And we can actually take a look at this person. So let's take this is the address that they made the stake from. So if we just take this, and this is just a random example, guys. I have no idea who this is. Go back to Beacon. And you go to validators, then click on initiated deposits. And you paste the MetaMask that they used to make the stake in this search box on the small search box on the right there. And then you can see these are their stakes. And you see this wallet has made 1,008 stakes. So a lot. This one's huge. This guy, that's why he's getting so much pulse. That's why he can make a new stake every 5 days. He's got 1,000 stakes. He's got 1,000 validators. So monster. Like that's huge. So that's just a random example of kind of how it works. Yeah. Hey, Grav, what's up, dude? Hey, Crypto, Mr. Crypto, JSY, PulseChain about to moon. Oh, yeah. All right. So, yep, let's get into the prices. I actually loaded up my DEX screener with, I mean, there's so many coins, guys. There's just like too many coins to even follow at this point, but I've tried to get a bunch that we can just kind of look at. All right. So, yeah, so what are the markets doing? So we're up and down for the day. Depends on who you are. All right, Bitcoin, 34 and a half. Let's check out Bitcoin real quick versus ETH. Oh yeah, Bitcoin's on a tear. Well, coming down today, but yeah, since October, it was October, man, no joke. They were not joking about October. I was trying to fade October. I was like, bullshit, like this ain't no way. And I was going short right here. I'm like, yeah, October my ass. Here we come. You're about to roll over like October 12th. I was like, no way. I literally went short, and then boom, the thing just ripped. I was like, amazing, absolutely amazing. John Kim in the chat asks, is being a validator worth more than using that cash to buy Pulse? Only if you can, only after you buy like a bunch of Pulse, like only after 10 plus stakes. Let's look at Pulse. Let's go to the Pulse chart. Get 10 stakes worth of Pulse minimum before you start. Yeah, here's Pulse versus DAI. Okay, yeah. So here, October 15th, yeah, October 12th, here's where I was going short. Thought we were going to roll over, and then boom, just absolute rocket ship up. Wild. Now we're settling at 6,000. Zoom out a little. Yeah, I mean, we're kind of on this support here. Back in August, we were at like 6,000. So hopefully we can hold this 6,000 level. I mean, yeah, hopefully Pulse does just keep mooning. I don't know if it's gonna roll over. I don't know, man. I don't know what's gonna happen this year and going into 2024 for December. I have no clue. I mean, this thing could go up. This thing could go down. It's like a 50-50, man. We're like right in the middle here. I mean, after watching this performance, what it's done like last week, that was amazing. And then we had a pullback, which was expected, and now we're back half up again. So like looking good. Yeah, I mean this feels bullish, looks bullish. You know, like getting off these lows, man. So yeah, looking good. So we appreciate your capitulation, dude. You're welcome, Grab. You're welcome, dude. Yep. That's right, man. Yep. That was all we needed. I just had to go short, and then it ripped. It felt so good. It felt good to be wrong. It was worth it. Yeah, because I was over on, I'll show you. I mean, I was over on fame.io. So this is for advanced users. This is leverage trading. I don't recommend it for most folks. But if you've got the coins, if you've already got spot coins and you're already long and you're already got big bags, and, you know, if you think it's going to go short in the short term, you can day trade and swing trade this. We gotta switch to PulseChain. It's the MetaMask. There we go. Yeah, so here's what I was doing. I was coming here, and oh, by the way, read the warning. They had to change the rules. It's been like a month or like a couple weeks. Like, so you gotta understand this. So when you, let's say I'm gonna go short. Here's what I was doing. Let me just show you. So I was doing PulseX. Now I've got PulseX. I've got spot coins. I've got long, right? Like I sacked. Like I love PulseX, right? So I've got those coins. But yeah, back in October, where I don't know if this chart goes back that far. Nah, it really doesn't. So I was coming here and take USDC and take like $1,000, and then I was doing like 7% or 7x leverage. Because the fee is $20 to open the position, and then the borrow fee is pretty low on the USDC. So if you think the price is going to go down, you can come here and you put in your stable coins and then you short it. And then if the price goes down, you make money. Now, the rule that they had to change was you must keep your winning trades open for 45 minutes in order to take profit. So like you got to come here and then you put in your USDC, you open your short, and you're like, all right, I'm betting PulseX is going to go down like for a day. And I'm just pretending, right? This is a simulation. But this is if I was doing this, I'd say, okay, you know, it looks like we're downtrending for the day. Maybe it's going to downtrend for the rest of the day. All right, I'm going to go short. And then you'd open the short. And then, okay, I want to see PulseX go down. And then your position down here, when you open it, you'll start being in the green. You have to wait. It has to be in the green for 45 minutes before you can close and take the profit. And the reason that is they don't, and it makes complete sense. And 45 minutes is pretty generous. And it, you know, because they don't want people going and the PulseX, like the website, the actual exchange, dumping the coins, selling, pushing the price down, and then they had a short here, and then they close the short and they win. So it's like they can play, like they can push the market, the real spot market, like somebody, you know, big players could push it, and then traders here can, like, you could trade it too. So you're like double dipping. And then because that basically like sucks coins out of the, like the vault of the casino, of the exchange here, of the so it makes total sense. And what was the other rules in that? Yeah, modifying a winning trade early using market order or limit order will result in forfeit of all your profits. For Pulse, PulseX, and Hex, if a long moves more than 100% in 45 minutes, you can close in profit. For Bitcoin and Ethereum, if profitable, long or short, if you move more, like, you know, if you go long on PulseX or Hex, you have to like more than double. You'd have to double like that, which is highly unlikely unless you're at max leverage and it was like pumped it at the exact moment. Like you're not going to pull that off. You're not going to get a double in less than 45 minutes. Now, Bitcoin and ETH, 0.75%, not likely in 45 minutes, but could happen. And the reason it's okay for them to make it real low for Bitcoin and ETH is like the Bitcoin price, because you can do that too. You can do ETH, you can do Bitcoin, go long and short. The prices come from oracles, which come from other websites like Coinbase, Binance, like whatever, like you know, other exchanges are tied into this chart here. So this chart is a time-weighted average of other prices and PulseX, and like you know, I don't know which websites or oracles they're getting the price from. Doesn't really matter to me because it works. It's been up for months now, so it looks fine and everything functions. So the odds of like me coming up with like a bunch of Bitcoin and like opening a short and then me moving the price of Bitcoin is like impossible. You'd have to have so much Bitcoin to move like the world price, you know what I mean? So that's why it's like safe for them to not really have a limit. Like the limit's very small, the time limit or like the move limit on Bitcoin and ETH. Like it's low risk. Because I said, we are testing this change as an alternative to the original GMX, which is what this is a fork of, which is a 3-hour locking period and a 0.75% token for everything. So Fame.io is way more lenient than even the original GMX, which has a 3-hour lock. You have to be in profit 3 hours. That's hard. Like that'll turn around on you, man. Like sometimes things swing less than 3 hours. So that's pretty crazy. So yeah, so this is where you can basically like legit go long and short on PulseChain, which is for advanced users, and you know, like, don't use, you know, you can gamble, like it can be gambling, or this can be hedging or investing. If you've got a lot of the coins, you can come here and put your leverage slider all the way down. Let's just do the 1.1%, and then I put in $1,000, and then I switch it to Pulse. Right, so like, you know, it only gives me like, it's like $1,100, and then you could do the short. And then if I had like a couple grand of Pulse and I was really worried about the price going down and maybe it was in a downswing, you know, if your portfolio is getting wrecked, you know, you can come in here and hedge against it and basically buy yourself insurance or like downside protection. So something to think about. Yo, what's up, Sandy B, the dude? Hey man, good to see you. Yeah, shout out to all you guys there in chat chilling. Thanks for listening to me rant. Hope you guys are having fun. So yeah, so this is fame. So be careful. There is like Telegram. There's Telegram chat. There's also Telegram links. 3 hours. How about 3 minutes? Just logging in. You could be. Yeah. Yeah, Nardo. Yeah, Nardo saying like, yeah, in 3 hours, like, how could you win in 3 hours? In 3 minutes, you can get wrecked. You could be out of the game. Yeah, exactly. The price can turn against you in 3 minutes. Yes. So yeah, it's nuts. But so I understand why they're doing this, especially for, pulse chain coins, because, a single dude you could get in there and push the price, especially a big dude. So that's fine. Now we go to earn. I'm super bullish on this now. Okay. So gambling's bad, right? Let's say you're not a day trader either. You're a long-term investor. That's what you are. You like long-term investing. You don't want to go long or short or sweat the day trade, or get wrecked like me, going short and then it goes long. Like, yeah, you're not into that. You want to be the casino owner. You want the casino. So for that, you can get fame tokens. If you buy fame tokens and then stake them here, you can accrue your portion of the 40% of the platform fees. So because every time somebody opens a trade, there's that fee, right? Like if I did that $1,000 and then I was doing 7x leverage, yeah, it's $20, right? It's 0.3% of the position. So all those fees go, 40% of those go to fame stakers. And then 60% goes to this PHLP token. So this is like a share of the vault, like directly. Like you can either buy, or you can like mint, or you can purchase on the open market these PHLP tokens. And inside one PHLP token is a basket of all these currencies. A PHLP is kind of like it's like an SDR. It's like a special drawing right. It's a basket of currencies. It's like an index. Like and that index is literally the vault. And like, so right here, the NAV price. So NAV price is like if you took the value of all the coins inside one PHLP, inside of one share, all of the pieces of this coin equals $1.10. That's the NAV price. Now the market price is, you can go to PulseX right now, or Fux. You can go right here to Fux. You can click on it, and then you can buy PHLP. That's the market price. Now the market price is higher. It's a penny higher. So technically you're buying the PHLP, and then inside the PHLP is actually, you're missing like 2 cents of value currently. Now this fluctuates based on like who's winning trading, who's losing trading, which users are minting or redeeming their PHLP. Because it's cool, man. Like with the PHLP, you can buy some, or like mint it. You put your coins into the casino vault, and in exchange, you get casino shares. And then you can pick which token you want to put in the vault to get your tokens. And depending upon which one you pick, there's actually a discount or a fee. So we're going to, like, I want to buy PHLP, let's pretend. And it says USDC right here. This fee, go to the fees column. And then you look at the percentages, and it says USDC is the cheapest, only 0.12% fee. So the best way to buy PHLP or to mint PHLP is to use USDC, because you're getting shares for the cheapest price, because there's like less of them in the pool. Like the pool needs more. The pool is always supposed to have like these ratios, like balance is always supposed to be balanced inside the basket. You don't want too much of one coin in the basket. So it does all that through like incentives. Basically, it incentivizes you to mint with a specific coin. Hey, what's up, Crypto Khalil? I appreciate it, man. Totally. My pleasure to break it all down. This is fun. I'm obsessed, man. This stuff is so good. And now we have all these cool websites and all these awesome tools. Like, because PulseChain's amazing, right? Like, PulseChain is phenomenal. And there's amazing stuff being built on top of it, right? So that's super exciting. I love the whole thing, you know. Yeah, so USDC, that's the good way to get the PHLP right now, let's actually take a look at if I wanted to withdraw. Let's say I want Pulse out. Let's see the fees to get out. Cheapest thing to pull would be Hex or Weth. Interesting. That's a first for me seeing that. Usually, yeah, PulseX was oversubscribed before. Cool. So it's pretty balanced right now, actually. PHLP, as far as like the vault, is really looking balanced. It's really looking good. And then there's the total supply of PHLP. So there's 2.7 million of them in total. And if you added them all up, the market cap's 3 mil. There's an estimated holding APR. So you don't have to stake these coins. Just by holding these vault shares, you get your portion of what's in the vault. And that like fluctuates. But with traders constantly grinding fees, as they keep trading, they keep putting fees in. So this keeps growing. And the estimated holding APR is 146%. So if you bought a PHLP right now, what it's saying is if everything kept on the exact current trajectory, same trading every day, same prices, 1 year from now, your PHLP will be worth 146% more based on the fees and what it accrues in the basket, in the vault. So pretty cool, man. Like this is cool stuff. Like this is interesting because it's all decentralized. Like there's no middleman. Like you don't have to trust it. Like these dudes deployed the smart contracts. Like it's up and running, you know? Like they don't block nobody. There's no censorship, no transaction censorship. Doesn't matter what country you're from. No geo blocking, like none of that crap. So, then if you're real ballsy, yeah. Now this is like a even higher risk player, right? So now you've got these vault shares, which is a basket of all these currencies, which actually isn't that risky in my opinion. Actually, this is a hell of a basket. I mean, I hate Tether, and I don't particularly care for DAI because it's partially backed by Tether. Other than and WBTC, you can't really redeem. So other than those minor gripes, this basket is actually really good. Like if just buying this is like just having all these coins together, like that you own, like you've got a bundle of these, like that's pretty solid, man. Like, you know, over the long term, holding this stuff. Now the stables, like, like, you know, those are stable, so like those don't really help. But as far as these right here, man, that's like the 5 kings right there, dude. So pretty cool. Now if you want a little extra and you're willing to give up some of your PHLP, maybe for other tokens you don't want, you can go to Fox and you can add it to the liquidity pool. I'll show you this. Newbie OG asks, what's the recommended minimum bandwidth for 30 validators on a single nook? Very minimal bandwidth. You only need like 10 megabits per second up and down, like very little, like nothing. It's like anybody can be a validator, like really, as long as you got a cable internet, and it doesn't have to be the most expensive, like 10 megabit up and down, you should be fine. You know, maybe even less. Like it's really, you know, one single, it's all about the nook. Like it doesn't really matter how many validator stakes you have. You could have 1 stake, you could have 1,000 validator stakes. That really doesn't matter. It's like how many nooks do you have? If you just have 1 nook, you'll be fine. You won't even notice it on your internet. You can just, that's fine. Even with cheap internet that's not even very fast, like you'll be okay. Nothing fancy. Because I know guys that are doing Starlink with the, you know, Elon Musk with the satellites, and like, you know, the Starlink sending upload from the dish to the Starlink satellite, like to the sky, like that's the slow part. Like that's hard because your little dish, like it's not very strong. Like the satellite from the sky is strong, so that's like beaming internet down. That's like raining down the radio waves, basically. I'm not sure what frequency they're using, but I think it's radio. And then your little dish is like trying to blast back up, but it can't reach. It's like it's not strong enough. So, but it works. It's fine for a validator. So doable. Okay. So if you take PHLP tokens, so if you've got the vault, like, you know, basket, you can come here and you can add them to the liquidity. So you're putting them in the, you know, the vending machine to trade. This is a decentralized exchange. This is like swapping. Now 50% of this pool is PHLP, and then only 30% is fame. Only 10% is Fux, and 10% is fiat. So it's mostly weighted on PHLP. So if you put your coins in here, your impermanent loss, it won't be too bad if you like PHLP the best. That's what this is saying. So this is good, right? This is good because these other coins, maybe you do want them, maybe you don't. That's up to you. That's a person. See, so because they each do something different, right? Fame is the token you can stake on the same website to get 40%. Fux is the reward token for this website, PHUX. This is like incentive token. People mine this every block as a reward, basically for adding liquidity. So people are incentivized to sell this as an incentive. This is like you're supposed to sell this coin for your profits. This is how those like APY. It's like, oh, this is your total APR. Yeah, so you're going to get 25 to 50%. Well, that gets paid you in Fux in PHUX. So if you don't dump this coin, then you don't get your APR because this is what they're giving you for that APR. That's what you get. So you got to get rid of this for something else if you're trying to consider that APR. But what I'm doing is I take my Fux and I claim them because I'm in like the Maxi Perps pool, and then I'm in that pool we're just looking at, 4G. I'm in the 4G pool myself. I got some in here. And then I take my Fux every few days from my claim as my rewards, and I come here and I add it back into liquidity. I come here and I add my Fux. And then maybe if I bought some PHLP, I'll add that too. And then you add them into the pool, and then they go into the vending machine, and then other people traded them. And then you click the stake button, and then you stake these LP tokens, and that's how you earn staking incentives. Then you stake the tokens after you've done liquidity. You stake them, and that's how you earn the APR. That's how you get this, and then that pays you in Fux because that's what this website does in the claim page. So that's like the flow. That's like the money flow, right? That's how you can get yourself exposure to this basket. And then while you've got that just chilling, you can go get yourself some exposure to some yield farming. And then now what you got to understand, when you put in that PHLP, you're going to lose like half of it. And it's going to give you fame and Fux and fiat. So you got to understand, like if you just take if you bought like $1,000 of PHLP and you shoved it in here, and then when you go to pull it out and you only get $500 worth of this coin, at least I think, when you withdraw, it gives you like the balance. Like it's going to spread. You got some fame now, you got some Fux, you got some fiat. So just be aware of that, right? Like that's like what impermanent loss is like you're getting coins that you maybe didn't want, right? So, but this is cool, man. Totally bullish, totally awesome products. This is just some of the cool stuff on PulseChain. So I love it. And Fux also just there's tons of pools here, so definitely take a look at this depending upon what kind of coin you're into. Even especially this one right here, like Bridge Stable. Well, again, I don't do this one because I fucking hate Tether. But if you don't care, if you're willing to take some crazy counterparty risk on some stables, like this would be the place to park your stables. And then you want to earn the I didn't mean to click that. Where is it? Yeah, this APR. Like, yeah, for this Fux right here, yeah, like that's pretty low risk because it's stable to stable, and then you're mining Fux, and then you do whatever you want with that. Finbear says, I'm waiting for my optical cable to be installed. It's outside my wall already. Oh, nice, nice. Like fiber optical. Ooh, that's the good stuff. Yeah. Light beams down a glass tube. Yes, I've got that as well. It's life-changing. Oh my God. When you can get gigabit fiber, it's like, whoa, that's like as fast as a gigabit Ethernet port on the back of most computers. Like a little older computers, like, normal computers, normie computers, like, are gigabit. Like that's maximum. Like that literally now your internet is as fast as your home network. Like, whoa, that like now the bottleneck is your hard drive in your computer, right? Because that's the slowest part slowing you down. So you go and you get yourself a Western Digital. I'll show you the WD. You want WD Black SN850X. This is the hard drive you want. Because this right here. Boom. This is a very fast hard drive. Now these are the 4 terabyte ones. So take one of these bad boys and slap it in your computer for your primary hard drive. And this thing is super fast. And now that like helps with the bottleneck. Yeah, because this goes 7,300 megabytes per second, which is like 7 gigabit. Yeah. So now this is faster than your internet again. So now you're in a good spot. And then there's some other bottleneck, which you don't really have to worry about because this is huge. So this right here, honestly, the Western Digital Black SN850X for any computer that can take a little, the little hard drive, like laptop hard drive. This is like the best upgrade money can buy, basically, for a computer. All right, let's go back to Deck Screener. Where were we? We didn't even get very far. So let's take a look at those tokens now that we were just talking about them. So let's look at FUX. So this is the incentive like token from PHUX. And we're at 0.5 cent. And we went as low as 1/3 of a cent. And recently we've been as high as 65% of a cent. So we're kind of 50-50 in the middle. So looks like we're in the middle of the most recent range since September. We're just kind of chopping up and down chop. We enjoyed the pump, coming back down to reality, finding this mid-range of support here now, hopefully. And hopefully we can keep grinding up, man. Hopefully everything can just kind of keep chopping and keep grinding. Let's keep grinding. You know, I no guarantees. I don't know what's going to happen, but that's the hope. Just keep going up. Just keep chunking it on. You know, not too fast, not too crazy. Just keep grinding. Because the more you grind, the more you keep that support, and like the more time you spend like chilling, it's like people get used to that price, and people get used to that price, and it becomes more real. And it's like, yeah, that is the agreed upon price, and it just keeps becoming reality every day. So, you know. So, but this one gets mined. This one has inflation. This one gets mined all the time. So something to be aware of, like incentive token, PHUX. This also applies to BBC token from that new 9-inch exchange. Where is that? Where is there? This one just came out though, so but we're gonna definitely see some down because yeah, look at this. Oh my god. Oh my god. Wowzers. That's probably what those other pools opened. That looks just like incentive token. Like it, the pool's open and then so this is grinding down now. It's at 40 cents. Yeah, man, don't be buying BBC at 40 cents, guys. Don't be buying this at 40 cents. Do not. You're gonna get wrecked because this number, yeah, it's 1.4 million BBC in the pool. This is getting minted every 10 seconds. Like every 10 seconds, more BBC comes into existence. And then guess what they do with it? They come here and they dump it. And then the 9-inch, this is like PulseX. This has no inflation. Like there's no more 9-inch coins ever to be minted. So you've got an inflationary coin versus a deflationary coin because there's a buy and burn on 9-inch, just like PulseX. So the 9-inch will get smaller over time. So, I expect BBC token, big bonus coin, to go down over time as people mint it. And even if you go to 9-inch, I mean, they're handing this shit out like candy. Look at all the ways you can get BBC token now. Which isn't a bad thing. I mean, that's what it's made for. That is its purpose, right? It is made to be mined and then dumped. It is your reward. It is your incentive. That's why Ink token is called incentive token. It is the incentive. Like, it makes sense. But if we go to earn and then farms, right? So if you put in 9-inch and pulse in the vending machine, this 187% APR gets paid in BBC, right? And then the big risk pool, like this is why it's the highest APR and it pays the most BBC, is because this 9-inch BBC pool, you put your 9-inch BBC in here, people are they're gonna dump their BBC, they're gonna put their BBC in the pool, you're gonna get their BBC, and they're gonna take your 9-inch. Like you get less of the coin that goes up in price if you're doing this. And that's why they pay you in BBC. That's why you get the incentive, because you're providing the liquidity. You're the one getting wrecked on impermanent loss while other people trade for the coins they want. You're just giving other people whatever coin that they choose. They get to choose, and you're the liquidity provider. And then that's why. So, gotta be, yeah. So be warned. Like, be warned. Like, I yeah, buying a bunch of it is, in my opinion, high risk. It's a high risk play. Now, going 9-inch versus USDC, if you like the coin, if you're long-term bullish, let's say you're long-term bullish, you're like, all right, you know what? I know it just came out. Probably the next 60 days, it's gonna dump. Everybody's gonna sell. Everybody gets bored. They forget about it. They don't care anymore. If you put your USDC in here, then you're like kind of buying on the way down. And as the price of the other coin, like this one 9-inch, as it goes lower, you're giving up your USDC and you're getting more of that coin. Plus, you're also getting the bonus coin. Plus, you're getting trade fees. So if you want to buy more of the coin cheaper and you want it to go down, then I like this. This is good. This is almost like a way you can like dollar cost average in. But that assumes the price goes down. If the price of 9-inch goes up, then people are taking the coins and they're leaving you with the USDC. USDC is a stable coin. It does not appreciate in value. So if you do that if you chill on USDC for like a month, cool, you're chilling on the dollar. Like you're not making yield or anything. So, I personally would only want like now, in my opinion, I like this now because I think 9-inch coin is going down. I think the price is going to go down and I want to buy more so this would be one way to do that. Yeah, but be careful. Now this one here too, like 9-inch versus wrapped 9-inch from Ethereum, because this is what's really cool actually is this website works on both networks. It's PulseChain and Ethereum. So now, as far as Ethereum goes, this is my favorite like Ethereum DEX. Like screw Uniswap. Uniswap's done. We're coming here from now on. So this is awesome. So you could do the same thing on ETH, right? Now on ETH, the fees are, the gas fees. It's ETH. It's like way higher. It's really expensive. So be careful of that. You're going to have to spend more time in these pools in order to really like get your value out. If it costs you like $20, like what is gas right now? Let's compare gas sizes, shall we? Let's go to Etherscan. Gas 35 Gwei. Yeah, not cheap. Like a swap's like $23. NFTs 40. Borrowings 20. Bridging 7. Yeah, so this would probably cost like $15. Can we even get an estimate? Next. Oh, $3. Oh, okay. That was way off. All right, so that's not too bad. That just enables actually, and then you got to actually do the stake. Plus, you would have already had to swap and get the coins. Ugh. But either way, this is cool. Let's go back to PulseChain. Go back to the pool. Now this pool, 9-inch versus wrapped from ETH. In my opinion, I don't know the future. I think the PulseChain version is going to go up in price versus the Ethereum. So I think this one's going to go down. So if you do this, you're going to get more of the one that goes down. You're going to get the wrapped Ethereum version. That's going to be my guess. But we'll see. So something to think about, because if you sacked, you got both. You should have gotten PulseChain side and Ethereum side. So in theory, you can just bridge over your ETH side, pop in here, and it's like, whatever you sacked, you got double the coins, sort of. And then it's like free money. So interesting. But be warned, they're probably going to take your Pulse version, like your Pulse, your PRC20. They're going to leave the ERC20. That'd be my guess, at least for me, because I like PRC20. So that's what I'd be doing. I'd be selling well, here's what's cool about this website too, is go to pools. They've got single-sided staking. So if you just want no risk, no trading, no impermanent loss, you're not going to lose your coins. Like, you're not loaning your coins. No, you're not going to default or get liquidated. You just come here and you just stake your coins. You just lock them up, and then you earn the bonus coin. So that's cool. So this is cool. This is really cool. I expect both of the coins though, in the short term, like let's say next 90 days, price probably going to go down. So if you've already got some or you're chilling on it, probably a cool thing to do. And then I know that you can do a time lock on this if you want for a bonus, or you can do what's called flexible staking, and there's no time lock. You can come here whenever you want. You can pull your rewards. You can pull all your coins. You're not time locked in, and you're not getting the best APR, right? Like this flexible. This is a graphical glitch too. I think Hexy Bastard said that like the numbers just aren't shown, and I don't have any coins. This is a test wallet, so that might be it too. That part of it. Yeah, I mean, I don't even have anything. So flexible is like no time lock, right? You can just stake whenever you want, unstake, leave, or you can lock. And then I think you're in. There's no EES, like there's no way out of this. Like you lock for a year, you're in, like you're locked. So this is cool too. I think there's more coins coming here for this. I think Poor Pleb and where'd the ETH go and a bunch some other stuff. Now something to keep in mind. Here's why I'm short-term or even long-term bearish on bonus coin. This is all Mint's bonus coin. These pay you in bonus coin. So all the people doing this, what are they doing with their bonus coin? Some will restake. Sure, some will put it in here. But I bet a lot are going to sell. I bet a lot are going to go to exchange and they're going to swap to whatever, you know? So just be warned. I wouldn't go personally, not financial advisor. This is just me speculating. I'm not buying bonus coin. I'm not right now. I want to see this go lower, right? Then I would, but we'll see. Yeah, I mean, we're down 50% on the day. Yeah, it's ETH 1800 looking good. Let's look at ETH real quick. Is PLS single-sided staking live on 9-inch? Hey guys, nope, not yet. Nope. Sadly not. Let's go back. Nope, just 9-inch. Let's look at the Ethereum side. I forgot to switch. And nope, 9-inch bonus on Ethereum as well. So now on ETH, okay, here's a alpha. Now on ETH, this was pretty expensive. This did cost like 20 or 30 bucks to stake. So for me, like for buying Ethereum 9-inch, I did stake here for like locked and like went long because I'm just like, dude, screw it, 5555, I don't care, or whatever it was. It was a year. You can only stake for a year, so it's like only a year. I laugh at that. Like, come on, it's like next week for me. I'm a hexagon, bro. I'm a 555 hexagon. A year is like nothing. So that's easy. So yeah, and then I don't remember what the APR was, but so for ETH, because of the gas fees and the price, it's like I need to go long. It's like I got to go max stake so I can try to gain back those gas fees. And I wasn't going to touch the coins anyway, and I'm not going into the wrapped, like the ETH versus Pulse pool. Like I'm not doing that. Like this one right here. Yeah, no way. I'm not playing in this one. So that way so for ETH, just max stake it. Yeah. Just go long, man. It's no big deal. It's like whatever. I was thinking BBC, that's a rough proposition because my gut tells me when you pull it out, it's not going to be worth as much as when you put it in, man. So that's all I got to say. You're going to get some shrinkage on that one, dude. Over a year, you leave it locked up in there that long. I don't know, man. It's not going to look the same. It's going to be all like, I'll stop. That's another great thing about this DEX too, man. The innuendos are just endless. Like I could just make jokes all day about this. And like the eggplant. And I don't know how they did it too. Shout out to these guys. They got the eggplant on the it was like in the token, or it's the DEX. It's DEX Screener did this. They get the symbols, the eggplant. Gotcha. Because it shows right here, little eggplant. It's funny. Yeah. So pretty cool. Let's look at the price. Whoa. Yeah, see, so same thing, 9-inch down big versus USDC. Well, not big, but lower than it opening. I don't know where SAC price is. This had a SAC. I don't know where that number is. I don't know. But this is like a Pulse X clone would be, the closest thing I can give you an analogy to. If you like Pulse X coin, this is pretty much the same as Pulse X coin. Same idea, same concept. It's like it's if you sacked, congratulations, you got some. If you didn't, you got to go buy it. There's no other way to get it. There's not, you can't mint it, you can't mine it. It just is what it is. And then this is supposed to be used for voting, maybe down the road, which isn't too exciting, but you know, voting on 9inch for proposals, because it'd be like, what pools do you guys want, or what meme coins do you want them to do pools for, or farms? Probably the farms. I think you probably get the vote on the most, like kind of how Fux does it, where you can do the VFux voting, where you pick what pools do you want to earn the Fux token. So if like 9inch has that, where it's like, what pools do you want to earn the bonus token? You know, PulseX was supposed to have this with PulseX coin, but where is it? I don't know. It's not there. So yeah. Speaking of PulseX, let's look at the price of PulseX. That's what this coin was supposed to do, but not yet. Let's go to days. Yikes. So, yep. That looks like the bottom's in. That was a bottom for there for sure. The question is, do we come back down to try it again later next year or later this year? I don't know. But we're way up here now, so good. Let's hold 1500. Like 1500 right here. That's our new support right there. We come back down. Let's retrace down to 15. Get a bounce, go up, make new all-time highs. That'd be cool. Wouldn't hate that. So cool. You know, so PulseX also deflationary, only buys and burns. So there's never more being mined. PulseX is just vanishing. Like there's just less every day. So that's bullish long term. That's cool. I like that. I've just got these sorted by price. We're just going from the top. So we got ETH, Bitcoin. So ETH at 1800, doing good. So that PHLP we talked about, it's $1.10. Incentive token from PulseX. So this is the, you know, the incentive bonus coin from PulseX exchange, $1.08, holding in. Fame token. So this is the one you can stake for 40% at fame.io, 77 cents. Only down 2.5 for the day. Big bonus coin from we just talked about is 40 cents, 39, and down half, and still going down, and probably still going down. So, yep. Fiat. This is the coin you can stake on fiat.io, which is like a money market website. It's almost like a bank accounts, which is really cool. You can take these coins and you can stake them, and you get the fees from the people who take loans on that website because you can do loans. It's almost like it's like self-service credit cards, like money market. It's really cool. I like fiat.io. So so you can get these at a quarter. And these guys have fluctuated. Let's go to days. This has been around for a bit. Yeah, man. I'll turn log off. Yeah. So high was like 50 cents. We're at 25. This, I mean, start out with like low. It's an actual like wick down to 15 one time. But the actual like low, like the actual price you really could have caught. It's like September 13th to 14th. If you were there, you could have got it for 19 cents. Like realistically, or like a couple days ago, you could have like wicked. So 25 cents, looking good, looking good. That's, you know, that's a pretty solid coin in my opinion. Because let's go to fiat.io. Let's check it out. We'll also check the interest rates because I watch these too. So this is like, you can get interest here. You could pick up pennies in front of freight trains if you want, which we know we're not supposed to do, but sometimes. So here's what you can do here. So fiat is like a money market. That's what I call it. Like it's like you can buy and sell. You can borrow cash. This is like the price of money. This is the price of coins. So if you take Pulse and you deposit it, and you're basically putting it in the pool, and then you're letting other people take out loans. They're taking out loans at 2.8%. But if you put your coins in, you're gaining 0.09% APY. And then PulseX is 0.28%. Hex is 0.5%. DAI is 1.44, USDC is 1.5. Now Coinbase, if you take your USDC and you just have it on Coinbase.com, if you put your stable coins in the exchange, which is naughty, and you're taking high counterparty risk, those guys will give you 5% to do it though. Whereas right now, this website, we're down to like 1.5. Sometimes, man, this fluctuates. So there are some days when people take out big loans. I don't know why they're doing it, but that's their business. The APY, like, it's huge. Sometimes it'd be like 10%. I've seen 10% for like days at a time. So these interest rates, like if you've just got cash on PulseChain, you're just chilling, and like you want to say you got a couple grand, but you want to like, you want some dry powder. You want to buy the dip later. Maybe Pulse and PulseX are going to dip later and you want to catch it, you know, and you don't want to lose your cash. You can park it here for 1.5% and you can pull whenever you want. There's no lockup and there's no like risk. You're not, as long as you don't borrow, you're not taking on any risk. It's just free APY. You're just giving out like, I mean, there's smart contract risk. If this website broke, if the blockchain broke, whatever, like, you know, you can't stop that, right? If the software stopped, but other than that, like unless you don't borrow, you're fine. Like you're not going to lose your coins. So pretty interesting, pretty interesting. And then this also works on Ethereum. One of the few things that does, where you get both sides of the market. Come on now. There's swap manually. Oh, yeah. That's probably something on my end. We'll go back to PulseChain. But so this website works on both PulseChain and Ethereum. And it's pretty cool. And they have different interest rates on both sides, right? So you can like, I don't know. So it's cool. And then these fiat coins, you can stake those to get some of those rewards. Spark coin is the incentive coin for Spark Swap, which is a new exchange on PulseChain. So I've just got it on here. I just want to track it. I don't have any of it. I'm not liquidity providing at the moment. I was doing some degening, a little liquidity providing on a degen coin that I was having fun with. And this was the reward, but this thing just got slaughtered. Like it's just rough. So, but it's an incentive coin. So what do you expect? People are mining it every block. So that's Spark Swap. Icosa is at 3 cents. This is one of the derivative coins you get kind of for free if you're a hex staker by going to icosa.pro. So all you good hexagons out there should be using icosa.pro to do your hex stakes, and you can mint your Hedron and you can mint Icosa. You would come here and you've got your hex stakes and you can mint your Hedron before you end your hex stakes or whenever you want. And you can stake your Hedron and then that yields you Icosa. And then, yeah, then you can stake your Icosa and then that yields you more Icosa and Hedron. Yeah, so that's the circle. So pretty cool. And that's on Ethereum and PulseChain. You just, for this website, because this is where I manage all my hex stakes, by the way. If you're a hexkin or if you want to stake some hex, I do it here. You can use this interface and then you just swap in your MetaMask. You just swap between the PulseChain and the Ethereum. And then the website just does it automatically. It just does it. You don't have to do anything. So it's kind of cool. But I use this for all my stakes and stuff. And then you mine the Hedron, you mine the Icosa. And then HSIs, which are like hex stake instances, like people can wrap stakes. You can come here and you can bid on these auctions using Hedron. So right here, it's like 50 million Hedron. And you can get this hex stake with 3 T-shares in it. And it's got 21,000 hex inside of it. And you can just, it'll probably cost like cheap, right? Like the discount versus hex, discount for 55% discount versus the Icosa value. So like sometimes you can come here and yeah, if you've got Hedron, if you're minting your Hedron from your hex stakes, you can just come in here and snipe more bids and you can get even more hex stakes. So that's really cool. And then what you can do too is you can like create a hex stake and you pick an HSI one and then you mint it, and then later, maybe you want to, then you go to Mintra.ai, which is the new NFT platform on PulseChain, which just came out, which is awesome, which is made by Gerardo and my man Paul. Shout out to those guys. And you come here, go to sale listings, and we type in hex, and then hex stake instance, and then here they are. So this is, as a random example, this is one of it's a hex stake that somebody staked it in using this Icosa website right here. You make a hex stake like normal, but it does it in a little smart contract. And then then over here, there's a button under actions and it says tokenize. And then you take your hex stake and you're literally turning it into an NFT, like a PRC 721. And then you can take the PRC 721, which is an NFT, and then you come here, or it says ERC 721, but it's PR for PulseChain. And you can come here and you can list them for sale. And you can, so this is a way you can actually like make hex stakes, wrap them up in a little jar, in a little box, and you can sell the jar with the hex stakes still inside. So this is cool. This is an option for people. It helps get hex off the market. And this is like a secondary market for like hex stakes that are already cooking. So I'm bullish on it. I love this stuff. I love hex stakes. I only make these now. I don't do classic hex stakes anymore personally. I just make these because then it gives me optionality. Like if I want to, like sell it or move it to another wallet too. Like let's say, oh, you're worried about being hacked, or maybe you get a new Trezor and then you do the secret Shamir secret phrase sharing and you've got like a brand new wallet and it's real fancy. And then you're like, oh man, I got all these hex stakes on my old wallet. I'm stuck. Well, it's like, nah, if you do HSIs, you can transfer them to whatever wallet you want. So like it actually gives you like additional security. It makes them like portable. It's good and bad. It's a double-edged sword. I like it. I'm all for it. I think this is fantastic. Oh yeah, and Kaiser. Yep. Kaiser says, can't wait to see what Alex is building. Yeah, it's because Alex wants to do, I don't know how, but he wants to do a version 2 of this. He wants to redo this whole website. And he somehow wants to connect like Ethereum and PulseChain smart contracts into one, like merge them into like a new version that works on both sides the same. Like it blows my mind. I don't know how that's going to work. It sounds really complicated. So So I don't know. So in the meantime, though, you can keep, just keep using it. I mean, he's got a look, it's probably a long ways away. And then if that comes out, if version 2 comes out, then you'll be able to upgrade all your coins and upgrade all your NFTs. Actually, the HSIs can't be upgraded. These ones, even Alex said that you cannot upgrade the HSI. So once you make one of these, like you're not going to be able to convert it into the new version because it's like kind of locked in. But these are cool. I like them. I'm making them. So I'm down. Crypto Ape. Any way to stake Pulse? Why? Yes, there is. Yes. Like the first way is to become a validator, right? So if you go to my website, validatorstore.com, let's go to validatorstore.com. You can get the hardware, and this is how you make stakes. Or you can do cloud hosting with me, and then you can just rent a cloud computer, and you can make stakes. So this is how you can like stake Pulse by yourself, like on your own. Now, as far as websites that let you do single-sided staking without any hardware, the first place to go is fiat.io. So this was like the first website that, why is it not working? Weird. Either way. So fiat.io, you can come here and you can stake your Pulse. Now you're only going to get like 0.05% or whatever it was. We looked at it like probably 30 minutes ago. So you could do that here too. And then there's no hardware. You can unstake whenever you want, no time lock, but you're not making much. Like you're making like dust. But it's an option because it's better than nothing, right? If you're just chilling on coins anyway, you might as well get something for your coins, right? So yeah. So right now, Crypto says, I am a validator looking to stake my validator earnings. Oh, okay, yeah. Then yeah, I mean, I would check fiat.io. And then the 9inch, I don't know if they're gonna do a pool. I don't think so. That'd be crazy. That'd be crazy. I don't think it's on the list, but maybe you can keep an eye out here. You know, earn pools. I doubt they'll do pulse. There's no way, but maybe. And then you can earn the bonus coin. Hans Martin, what do you think about buying and staking Icosa? Yep, totally. I've been doing it since the day it came out. When this website came out to stake your Icosa, I staked all my Icosa. I staked everything, and I have yielded more. Now I just let it cook. I haven't touched it. I've added more over time. I've mined more Icosa and Hedron than I put in. So, and it's been a year. It's been 1 year I've been chilling on this. Now the value has gone down a lot, like 99%. Like we're wrecked because it was, back at the top. But as far as coins for coins, if you the number of coins I have has grown exponentially. So if you're long term and you don't care what the price is and you want more coins later because you know the price is going to be higher than when you started, 100% stake your Icosa and stake your Hedron here. Yes, totally. Yep. I take all my Hedron. This is what I do. I take all my Hedron and I mint it every month. And then I come right here and I stake it all. Every month I put it right here. Yep. That's what I do. That's me. I don't sell it. I stake it right here. Every month. Yep. On Ethereum, I have to wait for the gas because it's really expensive, right? You don't get a lot of Hedron for the gas price. So on Ethereum, you might have to wait a couple months before you, I call it pruning. You got to come here and you prune all your stakes and you click mint all, and you mint all your Hedron from all your hex stakes and you prune your trees. And you gotta look at the gas price, because if the gas price is too high, if you're gonna spend like $5 to mint $1 of Hedron, that's no good. You gotta wait until you want more Hedron than the cost of the gas. That's important, because if the gas, I'm trying to simulate it, but yeah, basically you want to try to beat it. Hans says, yes, I also doubled my Icosa as well, but will it peak again in your opinion? I don't know. I hope so. I think it might peak, yes. And especially if Alex does do a version 2, yeah, could we get back to 20 cents? Yeah, for sure. I think so. Yeah. Because these are hex derivatives. And then, yeah, and as these go up, yeah, I think so. As hex goes up, right? Like the Hedron, we can look at Hedron. As the price of hex and everything else goes up, yes, I do expect these coins to also go up. And sometimes because they're underrated and not a lot of people use them, this is a subset of hexagons, right? There's hexagons, and then there's just the hexagons I know about Hedron in the first place, which is 75%, 80%. It's not everybody. And then some people they forget or they don't care. So then there's even less people, which is a double-edged sword. But when the bull market comes back and everybody gets popular and everybody's watching it on YouTube, and then Alex is streaming with Crypto Sloth and version 2 is coming out. And then, yeah, bro, and this shit just freaking pumps, dude. It pumps. And you know what? Guys like me and you, we're talking about this right now. Yeah, if you get these coins now and you get them cheap down here, when the version 2 comes out and it pumps and everybody's all crazy about it and everybody's all excited, yeah, that's when you sell, man. Yeah, that's when you take profit in these coins. So definitely, you can, yeah, you should be mining on Hedron and Icosa, and I stake them for the bull. When the bull comes, we don't know when that's going to be. I'm aiming out, you gotta aim. Depends where you're aiming too. It depends on when do you want to sell, I'll hold long term. Here's 2024. It's yeah, we're going to wiggle. We go up and down, but it's where are we going to be in a year? I think we're going to be lower or higher. Maybe higher, probably higher. So yeah, do I think we'll get back up to a quarter and we'll wiggle? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, just gonna take time. Could take a lot of time, but definitely that V2 news will be bullish, and that may change the game too. If Alex does a new version of this, and then you're gonna burn your version 1 coins and you get the version 2 coins. Yeah, who knows? And then who knows what those might be used for as well? There might be other new pumpamentals he's inventing with it. So, or buy and burn, or who knows what. So, yeah, I'm bullish on Hedron Icosa. Definitely, I like Alex. I think these are cool. It's kind of, now one thing you can do too, for any Hexians out there listening, one viable option is you can just mint your Hedron Icosa and sell it. Like, that is an option. A lot of people do that. Price does go down, so you could make the argument that Hedron and Icosa are just bonus coins from Hex, and maybe they never do come back to their all-time prices. So here's when it launched, and then it dumped, and then it ripped up for the Icosa launch, then it came back down. PulseChain came out, and then, PulseChain came out, and right here in March. And Gensler wrecked us in May. Wait, no, that's PulseChain in May. Is Gensler even on this chart? Where is he? Barely. Yeah, there he is. August. Wow, so that was the PulseChain that dumped. I mean, will eHedron ever get back to 5 zeros and a 6? I don't know. I don't know. I mean, to be honest, I don't know. Maybe not. Will this coin ever reach this spot? I don't know. I don't know. Couldn't tell you. I don't know. I don't know which way I would bet either, if you asked me. I want it to. I hope it does. But I don't know. We'll see. What else we got here? That's about Spark, Icosa, Maximus. So Maxi, pretty much doing what Hex does. I'll switch the price in Hex. This is how I actually like to look at Maxi. So Maximus is for everybody who doesn't know out there, is a 555 Hex stake that was made like, geez, what's been a year or 2 years? 2 years. And like, we all put in Hex into a smart contract, and then all that Hex was locked up and staked, and we got Maximus tokens. And I was there for that. It was pretty cool. So now that Maxi token is like a derivative, and then it was 1 for 1. You put in 1 Hex, and then you got a Maxi, and then all that Hex got staked, and now that stake it was huge. It was like hundreds of millions of Hex, and it's just been cooking, and it's going to unlock in like 13 years. And then that Maximus is a redemption token for that pool. So if you hold these till 13 years from now, you can go in, you put 1 Maxi in, you get the 1 Hex originally, plus all the yield that 1 Hex mined, plus all the Hedron that 1 Hex mined. So that's why like a Maxi is like, it's like a wrapped up Hex that's already 5555 cooking. So pretty cool derivative. And that's why right now the ratio is 1 Maxi is worth 1.23 Hex, which is what you would expect. Like, this is actually that's pretty good premium. Now, I remember back when PulseChain came out, though, that shit was like 90%, 80%. Dude, I was buying Maxi here, man. I was buying Maxi. I swear I was buying Maxi. I was doing it. And then when it pumped, man, I traded it back to Hex, and I killed it. Like, I love Maxi. Maxi's cool for, like, Hexicans that, like, want more Hex. Like, you can play this, or you can just hold Maxi, and that's cool, too. Like, yeah, I like it. I'm down. I'm down with Maxi. Shout out to Dipcatcher and Gold Key. These guys made some cool stuff. And then they also made the other tokens. I didn't put them on the list here because there's too many to list. I need to make, I'll do that for tomorrow. I'll make a new Maximus and the Perpetuals token list, because you've got the other stakes, like the 1 year, the 3 year, 7, 10, like Deci. You got team tokens. So there's a whole bunch of other tokens that go with this one, but I just like to watch Maxi for this chart here. Yeah, good premium, man. 1.23. Yeah, Maxi's cool. If you like Hex, Maxi's sweet. So that's dope. Here's a little degen coin that I'm enjoying. This is Super Stake Hex. This is a tax reflection token on PulseChain, but it reflects in Hex. But this one's a little different. Even if nobody buys or sells this coin, every 60 days, Super Stake Hex does its own 60-day rolling Hex stake in the smart contract that pays the holders. So even if the volume died and like went to 0 and nobody traded the coin, nobody cares about it, you can still hold the coins, and this smart contract is just going to keep doing this rolling 60-day Hex stake over and over, and just pays you out. And you get the Hex reflections just by holding. You need at least 5,555 of these coins, and then you get Hex just dripped into your wallet as people trade. So highly speculative, totally degen play. You know, this is for the gamblers out there or the guys who like tax reflection tokens and like divs and dividends. But this is, it works. It works. So pretty cool. And the guys are cool. I like these dudes. So that's pretty cool. Mintra, this is the staking fees token for the NFT marketplace that we were talking about earlier. You can come here, you can stake your mint, and you get part of the rewards from the fees from all the NFTs that are sold, all the volume. So that's great. So Mintra, cool. Way under SAC. You know, it was overvalued for SAC. Came down. Get 5 for a penny right now. Okay. Might go lower, but 5 for a penny? Okay. Interesting. Han says, yeah, at this point, I don't even know if I should use my worthy PLS to unstake and stake Icosa again. Huh? Yeah, it's a tough choice. I mean, you know, you could always just, you could sell the Icosa for Pulse, honestly. Like, yeah, whatever you want to do, man. Yeah, it's a tough call. It's tough. But I'm going long Hedron and Icosa. So far, has not been the right play, but we'll see what happens. Crypto Ape says, is it wise to swap earnings on Pulse Validator to Hex or another coin since staking isn't really an option? Totally. Yeah, you can swap. Yeah, you can swap your Pulse Validator earnings to whatever you want. And Hex, PHEX specifically, might be a good choice because if you go to PHEX versus Pulse, switch the price in Pulse, it's only going up. Right? Let's go to daily. Yeah, look at that. Yeah. This is how much Pulse one hex will buy you. It started at 100. One hex used to buy you 100 Pulse. Now, one hex will buy you 237 Pulse. Right? That's more than double in 90 days. So if you take all your validator earnings every week or every day and you swap it to PHEX, yeah, you're like locking in your earnings, and then I mean, as long as this keeps going up on this chart, that is a viable strategy. That will get you more in the end. You're turning your Pulse Validator rewards into Hex. Totally. I like that. I'm biased. I mean, I love it. That's a great move. Then you take your Hex, your PHEX, and you stake it. You build a staking ladder, and then you keep that going. So you're, yeah, like your PulseChain Validator rewards, you keep mining like PulseChain, and that pours in every day. That's like every 7 hours you're getting your PulseChain. You buy the Hex, you take the Hex, and then you 5. And then you take your PulseChain Validator rewards, and you buy some Hex, and you go 6 months in from a 5. And then another stake 6 months in, and you build yourself a Hex staking ladder every 6 months from right now until 5. And then every 6 months, you unstake a Hex stake. You look at the price, say, do I want to sell my Hex? Maybe the price is good. Okay, sell it. Cool. Or you say, hey, maybe the price is down right now and my Hex stake just came out. The price isn't good. I'm not going to sell it. And then you take that Hex and you go 5 because you've already got another stake coming in 6 months. So every 6 months, you got a Hex stake. So that's how I do it. And then once you've got every 6 month stakes, then you can start doing every 90-day stakes if you want. And then you've got a 90-day ladder. And every 90 days, you're just unstaking a Hex stake and doing a Hex stake. So yeah, and then you can keep rolling your Pulse Validator rewards to buy more Hex and make more stakes. And it's just, you're just compounding. You're just building your bag. You're just grinding. Your money printers making money printers. Like, yeah, literally. Like, your digital money printers make money printers. I don't know how else to say that. It's awesome. So yeah, because I love mining. That's what this is all about, dude. Yep. So you're mining with one coin to get another coin that you can mine with. Yes, totally. That's chef's kiss. Time token. So this is cool. Shout out to KG and to Don. Time, I think, so Time is a wallet. It's like a MetaMask replacement, because screw MetaMask. We don't screw those boys. I have not tried the Time wallet yet, but I need to try it out. I want to test it. Maybe we'll do that on stream one of these days. I'll fire up a virtual machine or we'll download it or something. So I know this token, if you get the Time token, then you get the shares from, I think, the swaps from the Time wallet. So pretty cool. So that's awesome. So shout out to those guys. I haven't tried the wallet though, so I don't know how it looks. Like, I hope it's sexy and appealing. But yep, I'm holding time. I got time. I'm just chilling on it. Tetra. Tetra's a cool site that's gonna have like a way to like script blockchain activities where like you can automate certain processes, like you can like automate making hex stakes or automate swaps, or it's like an automation software where you can like things you would normally have to like come here and like click mint all and then mint my Hedron. Like you can go to Tetra and you can like program all that in like a workflow, and like then the wallet and the software just does it. Like you can, it's like a scripting robot kind of thing with like a website GUI where you can like map out strategies. It's pretty advanced. It's pretty sweet. So that's Tetra. Goat token. So shout out to the DGen protocol. This is also another DGen play. This is like a fork, I think, of Elephant Money from BSC. And basically, Goat token is like a token that's like backed by Pulse. You like you wrap your Pulse, put your Pulse in. There's a 5% fee, and you get Goat token, and then you chill on it, right, or do whatever you want with it. And then later, hopefully the price goes up like Pulse, and then hopefully more people have minted more Goat in between then, and then you come back and you can redeem your Goat and you put your Goat back in, then you get more Pulse. And then they have like a Goat feeder. Can we pull it up? DGen protocol.io. Yeah, dgenprotocol.io. Wallet. So shout out to these guys. I haven't fully wrapped my mind around this yet. I don't know how to win this game. I gotta think about it. I don't know how to win. But basically, like, yeah, you can mint Goat token. And it costs 1.295 Pulse to do it. And there's like a 5% fee. Or you could buy it on the market for cheaper sometimes. And then you can redeem it later. But I don't understand how to win if there's a 5% fee in and out. Like, you got to hold it more than 10%, but like, why wouldn't you just hold Pulse? So I don't fully get this yet. So this is highly like speculative, right? Like, I don't get this. Then there's the Goat feeder where you can put in DAI and then you get 0.5% yield per day. So yeah, So this is a fork of Elephant Money. I don't know anything about Elephant Money. I'm not in Binance Smart Chain, so I didn't get to play it. But interesting. So this is like a game that I'm looking into. I need to learn how to play. So, but it's on my radar. It's on my radar. It's like a DGen fun, just a game. Like I don't know how to play yet, so I don't know what to make of it. But pretty interesting. Then we got Pulse holding that 6,000. Hold it strong. Hopefully we can get back up to SAC price. That'd be sweet. 9-inch, the new PulseX basically competitor, down from the SAC. New BOG, I'd pay dollars for a learning system. I noticed means when ETH gas prices are sub 10 Gwei, just saying. Oh man, yeah, you could doesn't Etherscan have that? Gas APIs? Yeah, there's totally a way to do this with like the APIs and stuff. And like Etherscan, I bet you, yeah, you could definitely get some alerts going for sure. Even with Twitter too. Twitter, these guys have a Twitter account you might be able to just subscribe to, and when they send out tweets, and you just get tweet notifications for it too. So yeah, there's tons of ways to get the alerts for sure. Looking at Texan. So Texan token also on Ethereum and Pulse. I've got some Texan. Built myself a nice ladder. I sacked for this back in the day. And basically it's like Hex, but it's an annuity instead of a certificate of deposit. But I did the same thing for Texan token. I just built a 6-month ladder. Every 6 months, I got a Texan token stake coming out, and I unstake it, and then I decide, do I want to make a new one, or do I want to sell it? That's it. easy, or to want to just chill on the liquid coins. In Texan, you can, so if you go to Texan.cc, Texan, you can stake 22 years, 22 years. So long, long time. Got PulseChain and ETH. So shout out to Brandon and, oh my God, I'm blanking. What's his name? Oh my God. Crypto Heartbeat. Jeez. Wow. Yeah, brain fart. Yeah, shout out to those two guys. Because basically, yeah, this is the demo wallet. Yeah, you can come here, you can stake your Texan token, kind of just like Hex, because that's 22 years. It's crazy. And then with this is interesting too. You don't have to like end stake to get your rewards. You can like scrape your interest, which is kind of interesting. So something to check out. You know, it's cool. I like Texan token. That's another altcoin out there on the system. Love those guys. Poor pleb. Same thing. This is from Hexy Bastard, who's made the 9-inch website. This came out, you know, like a year or two ago. This has been out, or the 1 year. Yeah, because they're having the 1 year anniversary and the launch party for the 9-inch. That's coming up like a couple. I think Hexy Bastard's giving away tickets. If you guys are in London or UK, you guys can go to the 9-inch launch party. Is that this weekend or something? That'd be cool. So I'm more bullish on the PulseChain version of this. There's poor pleb and here's poor pleb. Like, yeah, I mean, it's just a meme coin, but super high numbers. Meme coin. This is supposed to have a single-sided staking pool, and I think it's going to get a it's supposed to get a single-sided staking pool here for poor pleb, and then for the farms, it's supposed to be a poor pleb, probably a poor pleb versus 9-inch pool coming soon, and probably a poor pleb versus BBC pool coming soon. So I know it has run up. Let me just do PP. Yeah, let's go to the pulse. We need a longer chart. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, so I mean September, October last month, that was the time to buy. That was like, yeah, look at all this volume and volatility here because of the 9-inch exchange. That was, congratulations to everybody who bought poor pleb like a month or two ago. Man, you bought that thing right before the exchange came out and all the fanfare and stuff. That was a sweet move right there, man. If you could have bought it for, yeah, I mean, that thing lost to 0. God damn. What? Let's check this move here. What is this move? Yeah, 300%. And if you even just bring to the body of the candle, 230, I have casual double or triple in like a month. So, you know, high risk though. It's a meme coin. You know, it's not an investment. It's for fun. But yeah, that's the kind of stuff you can do. Pretty wild, huh? Damn. Pleb, Tex, and Fiat Maxi. I think we talked about them all, guys. It's all the ones on this list anyway. This isn't the full list. Zen, we're not going to talk about that right now. I just keep an eye on it. It's basically down forever coin. I mean, it had that pump. That was because of DB Zen. I'm just hoping the Zen.game guys come to PulseChain. Really want that game to come over because it's so much fun. I'm addicted, man. I just can't stop. I want to win that ETH. It's fun. But yeah, just, oh my God. Yeah, just wrecked for years until the inflation ends, because you can mine the shit for 8 years. So yep, that's why it needs all the games and burning stuff for it to make it like occasionally pump. Yeah, so that's the prices. What's going on? Yeah, lots of ups, lots of downs. Depends what you're into. Oh yeah, let's go to hexfire.io. I know the Hex T-share rate is gonna be jumping up big time soon, so huge heads up to everybody. We were talking about the HSIs earlier. If you're gonna make HSIs, man, you want to do them now, because here's what's gonna happen. Go to the share rate. Yeah, bro, it's gonna be a huge jump. November 26th. I mean, right now we're at. Look, can I zoom in on this? Either way, right there. in about 3 weeks, the price of a T share is going to go up by like 8%, which means that like you're going to get 8% less interest, less APY if you wait to stake your hex later. So everybody's sleeping on this, man. Everybody's sleeping on it. And shout out to Whales Only, man, on Twitter. And he streams too. And he's always talking about, yeah, people are sleeping on T-shares, man. Like they're about to get more expensive. T-shares are about to get like almost 10% more expensive, which means you get 10% less interest. So again, the best day to make a hex stake is today. Like it's always today. This is just going up and up. Look, by the end of the year, by the end of 2050, and 1 year from now, like, oh, a year, it's so long away. No way. It's going to be 40,000 hex. It's going to be another 33% less interest available, or 33% more cost than the price of a T share in hex terms. So that's wild. All right, guys. Turns out I ran over time. I missed the meeting. Goofed up. All right, guys. I gotta skedaddle, but I'm back later.